Okay, welcome to Ghostrunner episode 12. The final part. The
Talk,
final count.
talk about a fucking that first boss misrepresentation of the rest of the boss fights in this
I
game.
know, right?
God, what the hell and crap?
It's like you know how like when people are comparing like bad games, they always have like Sonic 06 as like the worst one.
Oh yeah.
or whatever. This is like the worst boss fight. It's like, the first one. It's like the Sonic 06
Right,
boss
yeah.
fight.
The Sonic 06
So-
of boss fights.
The final boss was not testing my skills of how to play this game. I'm gonna be honest. Combat. It was a lot of dodge this, dodge that. This one is just, hey, how well have you learned to use your abilities to platform?
Right, yeah, it's a common thing for games of this nature. When it's the big epic conclusion climax, it usually likes to test your skills of everything that you've learned up until this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the inside of the moon of Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, like the dark side or whatever.
I forgot how exactly the moon and the post game works. Because I know there's like the moon that you do the Bowser wedding on, and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
The dark side was the post game challenge, I think.
okay. So
Yeah,
I'm not,
it's been a while since I played Odyssey.
yeah, same here. So, but yeah, I just remember in the inside of the moon leading up to the final boss was the big platforming challenge of all the skills that you
Yeah.
up until that point. But yeah. The dark side of the moon, then the post game shenanigans. There's like a boss rush and a platform rush, and yeah, it has been a while.
Yeah. I'm struggling. Small part.
So like, is
Just a bunch of platforming. No more
well
combat.
yeah, no, I mean like story wise. Is this the architect that's making us do this
Yes.
stuff? Okay.
The architect, basically, well, needs a body.
Oh, are you the perfect candidate for that?
Well, you're the only candidate. for that.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
The only one.
Because every other Ghost Runner's dead.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like,
It's like, hey, you're my favorite child. I'm your only child.
makes you think, makes you think of like the power of like an army of Ghost Runners would have been like,
Probably pretty strong, but if they didn't have the fucking kill switch,
right? If they weren't robots and had free will.
Here's the thing. Like, you know what he says, like, because if you pay attention, he says, you're made from one cell, and then he says, all your implant, like, your fucking augments. So you're made from, like, a singular cell with a bunch of robot parts, whatever that fucking...
Oh, weird. Okay.
I know. Which is what I mean, like, it's really confusing if this fucker's a robot, cyborg. Very much is some type of cyborg.
Well, yeah. If he said, because there are things in this world known as single cell organisms, and they look fucking weird. So
I feel like he might be just, like, clones of somebody.
okay.
At least that's what I'm guessing.
That might be possible. I don't know how exactly cloning technology works, even in the Clone Wars. They don't really specify on that, but
Yeah.
that's besides the point.
Like the Clone Wars, name every clone.
Oh, little did you
Clone
know.
1, Clone 2, Clone 3.
Oh yeah, no, because they are serial numbered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although some, the characters are given actual names because we care about them. Like the clone trooper that has the serial number 5555 is just called Fives in the show.
Huh.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, no, freaking the show goes like all the way with like, yeah, the clones are serial numbered, but they also have like feelings and personalities and just the torments of war and how what they have to do to be good soldiers and follow orders. Takes a toll on them, especially in the end, because we all know the plot of Revenge of the Sith. You turned her against me.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's one of the final dialogues. Yeah, basically, right there implying that you were not originally supposed to have. Now you do. How they rebuilt. How the rebels. You know.
So, words. Freaking. Is it just as simple as the Arctic taking over your body, and then that's how he destroys your free will?
He is trying to basically delete your consciousness.
Okay. So there does.
And then he takes over your body.
Right. Okay. So there does have to be the step before step 2. Okay.
But now you know we're racing to stop him.
Right.
Because as much as the fuck.
You're right at
the giant red wall.
Huh?
Do you saw the red wall?
Oh yeah.
That's basically the thing deleting everything. Because he wants to destroy you just so he can have your body.
Right. But that's not happening.
Because of plot and because there's a Ghostrunner.
Right, there's a second game that got announced. Yeah. That'll be interesting. Are there like any like hopes, either story or gameplay wise, you'd like to see in the sequel?
That's hard to say.
Okay.
Because I just know this gonna be the motorcycle, and I'm very curious how that fucking goes.
So he doesn't have a motorcycle at all in this game?
Nope, because we just finished the game.
Oh, and game.
Yep.
Saul good. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
No, he's wearing glasses. He looks like the BioShock guy.
Probably. They would not been the. And
that's game.
Yeah, that's game.
And time. All right, let's see where we are on the leaderboard.
So this is one of the weirdest Mega Man plots I've ever played.
And there's another thing that says like we're more robots. We delete a file, now we're getting fucked.
Oh no.
We deleted System 32, I see.
So this is what happens when you put recycling bin inside a recycling bin.
Yeah.
Now we die.
Right.
Or do we? Because there's a sequel.
The sequel. See you next game, Zero.
My God. Oh, I probably was stretching. I gotta lie.
Oh. Alrighty then.
And I think one of the only 2 cuts.
Oh yeah, what happened to Zoe?
There were very little cutscenes in this entire game.
Zoe literally fucks off around like the third to last mission. This is how we hear what happened to her.
To shape us like we were their playthings. They wanted to manipulate our minds and our bodies. Be our gods. But they overreached.
It was like
So if it wasn't obvious enough, Zoe's saying to herself, society should not should not advance further into the creation of AI and robots because they'll take over the world. I really hope society doesn't do that. Go full out embraces AI and robots and replaces everyone in the entire world and thinks they're a higher intelligence being ruled by Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know. That'll totally never happen in the real world.
The man who faced his own creators and proved them wrong. The man who made a choice when he was told he had none.
One man rose above all else.
Oop.
The Ghostrunner. Ooh.
I mean, just that he made a choice, not rose above all else.
Oh, well. Epic finale's epic.
Okay, thoughts, Ethan.
Okay, yeah, so this is better Mirror's Edge.
More or less.
More or less. Yeah, no, because that's been my thing, like, ever since
This
I
entire
played.
playthrough. Yes.
This entire playthrough, but like when I first played Mirror's Edge way back when, the idea was very, very cool, and a lot of games needed.
The idea was solid. The execution was awful.
The execution was awful because it felt very clunky, underutilized combat system, and a not so great story.
In all fairness, I do like how this one was like, I don't care about the story. The story's a contrivance.
Yeah, no, that feels very much so.
And in all fairness, the more you feel like the story is a contrivance, and the more they lean to it, the less you care about it, which can either go good or bad.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess we'll see how the sequel will play off of that then to, I guess, make us care about the story at all. Not to say that the story was boring, but like you said, it was just a contrivance, a reason to get from point A to point B.
And wanting to play the game.
Right.
And then achieve it.
Yeah, right. The game's more interested in maintaining its own loop than telling a story.
Yeah, which isn't a bad thing.
Right. Yeah. But we'll see how the sequel plays off of that. Motorbike and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, actually surprising to know we don't get a bike during this game.
Well, I saw the trailer before we began.
Disappointed. 0 out of 10 game.
A bike.
The trailer for the second game came out before we began recording this playthrough, so
Yeah.
I didn't know what to make of that.
Oh no, why did we have the bike during the first boss?
Oh yeah, comment on that. The boss fights are without a doubt the worst part of the game.
Yes. Without doubt. They do nothing for the game.
Yeah, they really don't. It's because on one hand, the spirit of the game.
Yeah, if nothing else, the boss fights are in the wrong order.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, it's on one hand that the spirit of the game is to go very move swiftly and very fast paced throughout the levels, because that's why everything is in a one hit kill for both you and the enemies, and also why you snap back. Your respawn is instantaneous, so
Yep.
the gameplay is very snappy. It wants to maintain that throughout the entire game. The boss fights are the low point, because on one hand, well, let's go first. The second and third boss fight, they're clunky and they feel clunky. Yeah, because since everything dies in one hit and those do not, it just feels weird to have the first person melee combat be like that.
First person melee combat is weird overall.
Overall, sure, but when you're forced to do it like that, when the enemy has a health bar for the first time, you're kind of caught off guard.
I mean, okay.
And then that first boss.
Before we get into the first boss.
That first boss is so poorly designed.
Yes.
Jesus
Before we continue on
Christ.
that, second boss. It is literally, hey, she's attacking you. Block, block. I mean, well, parry. strike. Parry,
Right.
parry, strike. Third boss fight. Dodge, dodge, dodge,
Dodge,
strike.
dodge,
Dodge,
yeah.
dodge, strike.
Yeah, it is very much a pace killer. All three bosses.
Yeah, and then, well, the first boss is, the fuck is going on? The fucking boss designer went ape shit.
But yeah,
the first boss doesn't really prepare you for it.
and it's also such a misrepresentation of the latter two boss fights.
It is.
Oh my god. But yeah, that the boss fights are the only low point in this game, but everything else about it, just the fast-paced nature of the game and just how it wants you to be very quick like and retry a lot. It's a trial and error that you can feasibly digest. So yeah. It's
We'll see
very,
how it plays on.
Right.
Ghostrunner.
so it's very fun in that regard. And it is, the better Mirror's Edge. We finally, that idea from Mirror's Edge finally carried over into a well executed game.
Yep.
Forget the boss fights.
Um,
All right,
Doc?
Well, I mean, what else can I even add? Ethan pretty much explained the entire game.
That's fair. In all fairness, the biggest critique, boss fights fucking suck.
No, yeah, the boss fights are easily the worst part of the game. You could get rid of those, and I would not be sad. Yeah, no, it definitely seems like a pretty good and fun game. I've never played. Well, maybe I played it. I might have played like a little bit of it, but I've mostly only seen like videos of it and how how fun the movement and stuff looks. That's definitely a pretty big highlight for me, is how the parkour is, especially comparing to stuff like we always say like Mirror's Edge and whatever. But yeah, no, it seems I'm definitely excited for the sequel coming out, even though I'm probably not going to play it.
Okay, question. If they replaced for the second and third boss fight with cutscene, would you guys be mad? Just say, okay, that's fair. What if they just made it into a cutscene? Pre-render.
Honestly, I just don't feel like the boss fights work at all. So having them just removed completely, I don't think would take anything away.
Yeah.
The first one included.
Especially the first one.
It's so weird because it's simultaneously the most in sync with the game because it's so fast paced, but it's just awful at how it's trying to do it.
Right, yeah. And let's not overlook the fact you have respawned multiple times on top of a laser. No.
Yeah, that was the thing too. Yeah, there was a couple of times you respawned and like the game just kind of fucked you over.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with just generally an action game removing the concept of boss fights completely.
No, boss fights in action games need to be done right, or else they just kill the entire.
That's true. Yeah.
Which it's hard to say how a boss fight in Ghostrunner should go.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like it shouldn't go. Period. Yeah, I don't think that there should be. In fact, Mirror's Edge didn't even have boss fights, so points to that, I guess. Except for that cell, but even then, that was clunky. But yeah, no. Games can definitely benefit from not having boss fights in them at all. So I hope Ghostrunner 2 can either remove them or figure out a way to better, make
like
them better.
We'll see.
We'll
I
see.
have a feeling that there are gonna be boss fights.
Yeah.
It's hard. I don't think they're gonna get rid of. I don't know. Well, I mean, I basically spoke my thoughts along with.
Yeah, you conversed it with the both of us. during that
Yep.
thing. Okay, so yeah, you like this game too.
I'm the one who played it.
Yeah, yeah, you could go back and play and be better at it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that was something. Okay. I have uploaded all the videos.
Oh, thank you.